All right, our next comedian coming up, I don't believe has any Michael J. Fox jokes. He's from Hamilton. He runs a comedy show at Hendry's Barbershop. Direct competition with Elevated Barbershop from tonight. So Elevated is closer, but more laughs at Hendry's. My main man, Ryan Sim. Ryan Sim, everyone.
Clearly the hair barbershop is not a sponsor of my show, okay? I look like Bob Dylan ate Jonah Hill, okay? I look like every cast member of a Judd Apatow movie, you know? Charlie Day and Seth Rogen, I don't know. I'm the future, look at me. I'm the second Ryan dad of the show. I look like the other Ryan if he lived in Hamilton, okay? When I walked in, someone actually said, you're probably from Hamilton. And then I said I was. He's like, ooh, I was joking. I was like, well, what gave it away? I don't know. I just came in on my mobility scooter. Boys are tired, okay, guys? When I did come into London, though, I had to go down Hamilton Road. Why is your shittiest road called Hamilton Road? It's like you guys are rubbing that shit in. I'm not from Hamilton, I'm from a small town, but I bought a house in Hamilton without ever being to Hamilton. Mistake number one, okay? And I bought the cheapest house I could buy in Hamilton, mistake number two, because it's called a street called Barton Street. If you haven't heard of it, it makes east of Adelaide look like the Ritz-Carlton, okay? We have so many pregnant prostitutes, we don't call them C-section scars. They're baby zippers, okay? They're just... I live by a park, and they had to cancel, this is a true story, they had to cancel the Father's Day picnic for low turnout, okay? It's not a good area. It's not a good area. It wasn't hard living in Hamilton when I first got there. I got there single. It was hard dating in Hamilton, okay? I don't know if there's any single people here, but forget Plenty of Fish. I would have joined a website called Plenty of Teeth. You're just nodding your head. If they had them. I tried speed dating. Has anyone here tried speed dating? No? Okay, in Hamilton, don't. It means they're on speed. Okay, guys? The best compliment I got all night was, you look like a really chunky Charlie Day. No. Oh my God. I'm a boss now at work, despite how I look. I'm in charge of people. And around the Christmas holidays, I don't know about you guys, but people bring their kids to work. And I love kids, just not your kids, okay? And this little guy hasn't seen me in a year, and I was handing out candy. I had a red sweater on, it was Christmas. And they have to say hi to me, because I'm in charge of her mom. And the little guy looks at me, and he doesn't want to say anything, and the mom's like, hey, Ryan, Nolan, say hi to Uncle Ryan. And he looks at me up and down, and he goes, you're fat. And she goes, Nolan, say you're sorry. And he looks at his mom like, we just learned that the truth is, okay, I'm sorry, you're fat. I don't... Because kids are so honest. I love kids. I obviously do have to take better care of myself. Physically, one of my friends is here, hasn't seen me in 10 years, he didn't recognize me. And growing up, he knows my mom. Growing up, we didn't have the best diet. I don't know, anybody here grow up in a small town? Yeah, so it's great growing up in a small town, but we don't really have great food choices, We had one grocery store growing up. We thought it was fancy when you brought out the name brand ketchup for the family, right? We thought brunch is when you ate Lunchables for breakfast. You remember Lunchables? The redneck charcuterie. I fucking love Lunchables. My mom gave me so much. Nothing says I care about my chunky kid's health like pumping them full of some old Halloween candy and a refrigerated Ritz cracker with some pig's asshole. Lunchables! The official snack of alcoholic parents, okay? She used to buy so many Lunchables for me when they were on sale that the grocery store lady was getting concerned for her kids, because she once said, ma'am, these aren't good for your kids' development. And she looked right back at me and she goes, yeah, well, neither is drinking when you're pregnant. And this little fuck turned out just fine. Except this is my brother. I'm over here. I'm over here. I did find out recently she drank for 5 months before she knew she was pregnant with me. I'm not an expert. I asked Google. That's not good, okay? 5 months. I was like, Mom, what if I had some problems? She goes, relax. You weren't meant to be Einstein. I'm like, not anymore, right? Maybe this is fetal alcoholic Einstein. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not going to cure cancer. I Googled how to cure a ham and my brain peaked. That's just... I haven't seen my good friend for a while. You know, she got by in town because she was a hot mom. Anyone here also have a hot mom?
My kids do.
You do?
My kids do.
Your kids do. That's a good answer, brother, right there. Right there. It's only problematic for me because now all the porn, you know, stepmom, stepdad, now I know what they were actually thinking, okay? But I remember growing up, we had nothing to do on a Friday night in a small town. We'd just go around in a circle and do your mom jokes. Those are classic, you know? First guy might say, your mom's so fat, the elevator always goes down, right? The next guy might say, your mom's so ugly, the tears run down her back. And then I remember all of them ganged up on me once, and they were like, yeah, well, Ryan, your mom's so hot, we'd fuck her. What? You know? And the next guy goes, no, no, no. Ryan's mom's so hot, I could be his stepfather. I'm like, well, that's really involved, you know? And they're like, hear him out. He's already at all your hockey games. I'm like, he's on the team. That doesn't count. No. But I got lucky. I am a dad. Someone let me inside them without a condom. It's Hamilton. We have a healthy sex life at Hamilton. We pay for it. It's fine. No, but I met a lovely lady on Tinder, and she's a doctor. Or so I call it a bullseye, okay? Found out she was a doctor on the third date, and I stopped pulling out immediately. It was an investment. She's from the mountain. I'm dating up, you know? I look like a little hobbit, Hobo Baggins, you know? My quest is complete. But, dating a doctor. Anyone here dating a doctor? Wow, it's awesome, okay? There's so many perks, and oxys, and morphine, whatever you can grab when she goes to bed, you know? But I remember when we first started getting together, she wanted to be serious. She goes, before, you know, we get too serious, I want you to go for a physical. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I got diagnosed with 2 things. This is real. I have IBS. You guys know IBS? That a boy. It's apparently a plat thing. It stands for I better shit right now. I don't know if you guys... If I'm on an airplane, I have the middle seat, I want the aisle, and you say, not my problem, Mike. And sir, in 5 minutes it will be, okay? It'll be a bigger concern than coronavirus on this flight if I'm not in the aisle. I won't do any more Corona jokes. That you know, they're not, you know, you might not get them now. It'll hit you later, okay? I'm just... I was also diagnosed with a gluten sensitivity. And I was like, hey, doc, that's what I have to call at work. I was like, is that serious? And she's like, you just have to not eat spicy food, no pizza, no chicken wings, and no bread. I was like, oh. It's fucking terminal. That's what... I'm allergic to fun. I'm a medical millennial. What? I found this out before Christmas, and I had to go to my Irish dad. He loves carbs. I was like, Dad, this year, we can't stuff the turkey full of stuffing, can't have dinner rolls on the table, and he was really pissed. He's like, the Sim family comes from a family of breadwinners, not bread losers, and he stormed off. And I was like, Dad, I might be gluten sensitive, but you're gluten intolerant! And I just threw rice at him because the bread made me all puffy. The bread made me all puffy. No, she did give birth. We're not married. It's a Hamilton thing, but he's 3 months old today. Today is his 3-month-old birthday. Little Chunks. I call him Chunks because he's almost 17 pounds, and he's 3 months old. I looked that up. He's in the top 3% of babies, which is a polite way to say he's 97% fatter than all your kids. And when he was first born, everyone's like, oh, he's cute, he doesn't look like you. Now that he's obese, they're like, look at him, he looks just like you. Which means my kids, I either look cute like a baby or my kid looks like a 35-year-old with IBS. I don't know what it is. But I remember a lot of people now are going to those, they don't want to know what they're going to have before. They go to the gender reveal parties. You guys been to those? You know, you pull a balloon, it's blue. You pull, it's pink. You know, boy or girl, or if I was going to do it's rainbow because gender is fluid, whatever the fuck, you know? But when we went for the scan, they said, do you want to know? They go, do you want to know? Because 60% don't want to know. I was like, yeah, hit me up, doc. She goes, congratulations. If you look on this scan right now, you can see you're having a boy. And I looked for about 30 seconds. I was like, I think it's mine because I can't see shit. What the fuck am I looking at, you know? I was like, can you measure that for me? And she said, are you sure you want to know? I was like, yeah. And she said it was 1 centimeter and kicked me out. And I was like, oh, what do I do with this knowledge? So I asked my therapist, I was like, hey Google, what's the average size for a baby penis? And Google said, are you sure you want to know? And I said, yeah, it said dialing Hamilton, please. So they took all my information. It was just awesome. She does say I have to get in better shape. She says she's Serbian. I don't know if I told you that. She's Serbian. English is her 4th language, so I just think she thinks I'm her green card officer. I don't know, just because every text message is real or joking because she has no idea I'm a comic and I'm on the road. So I might say, hey baby, I love you, and she'll say real or joking. I'm like, obviously joking, okay? But when I first met her and she'd go to the bar without me, I'd say, hey baby, how's the bar? And in her broken English, she went, terrible, I miss you. All the guys are coming on me. Real or joking? Because I remember she doesn't know if I'm going to be a good dad either because 2 weeks ago we were walking for our first time out in public with the baby, and it was Sunday. Anyone here do laundry on Sunday? Fucking A, these are the parents, right? So this is me on a good day. On Sunday I rock track pants, no underwear, and a pocket full of change. It's Alanis Morissette's outtake, okay? And we were downtown Hamilton at a place called Jackson Square. If you haven't been there, it looks like we're always taking Jerry Springer 24 hours a day, okay? And there was a big bearded homeless man wanting some money. No one gave it to him. I had a pocket full of change, so I was like, I'm gonna give it to him. And I walked up to him, and he just fist bumped me. Causing me to drop the change because he thought I was one of them, right? So I bent down really fast to pick it up, and on the way down, my pants split, and my baby makers all fell out. And when I stood up, there was a big crowd of people wondering what's going to happen next downtown Hamilton. And the big bearded homeless man just looks at me and goes, it happens to the best of us, brother. Does it? I didn't know what to do, so I just embraced him in a big bear hug and started crying, hoping everyone would go away, right? And they started filling that bucket full of change, like a UNICEF bucket, right? And I was just praying to God, no one saw me that I knew. So I lived my whole weekend normally, and on Monday morning, I get called immediately to the HR department. And they tell me to sit down. They're like, hey Ryan, how was your day? I was like, how was your weekend? I was like, pretty average. They're like, because we want you to explain this. And they throw down the local newspaper, and it says, homeless men fight over change and lovers quarrel. And they look at me, they're like, care to explain? I'm like, it happens to the best of us, brother. That's what I heard. But I don't think any dad joke set would be complete without some dad jokes. Can we do some dad jokes? Yeah. All right. Actually, that didn't seem like a consensus. I do want to be a good dad, a progressive dad. I've rewritten fairy tales for my son so that they're not problematic, so I'll read those first. I cannot wait to read him the new fairy tale, The Little Mermaid, except this time, it's a man who's the mermaid who cannot speak to find a woman's love. It's called The Perfect Husband. I also rewrote Puss in Boots. It's now just called Girls in Flats because I just know how that is. And the paper bag princess is now the reusable bag lady. But the best one of all, I can't wait for him to read Snow Privileged and the Seven Little People. Okay, here's the last one. This is my dad joke. Why did the Jamaican rooster have no friends?
Why?
Because he was a jerk chicken, guys. My name's Ryan Sim. Thanks for having me, guys, from Hamilton. Bring up Kevin.
All right. Round of applause, Ryan Sim. Keep it going for him. Woo!